Hey, good evening. This is DJ Roob, host of Not So Serious Radio on KKSM at Palomar College, and I'm welcoming you to the Pacific View Sessions. This is session number 5 here at the Pacific View Art Center in Encinitas. We have a lovely, lovely structure and setup here, and we're so grateful that the city is letting us run amok here and have all these wonderful talents come through. And tonight, it's our 5th performance, and I bring to you Riston and Mike Holmes.
Yes, indeed. This first song that me and my partner Mike Holmes gonna do is called AuntieSisterCousin, and you can tell everybody else in between.
You already know.
Here we go again, we back, we back. Here we go again, we back, we back. Here we go again, we back, we back. You know how we come and tell your auntie, sister, cousin.
Pull up in the whip 5 late to my shift. Engine light on, man, ain't that a shit? Everybody wanna be famous or rich, but I just wanna make a few payments and tip. I just wanna earn what I came here to get. I don't wanna deal with your shade, your lip, but it might get busted. Same as a myth, can't say what you meant, that's fresh. Next, cool on the inside, dark on the outside. Try to stay on my job, never part-time. Through the hard times, all the late night stage fright car rides. Got me feeling like, I just gotta stay in my truth. Every little thing that I do, gotta be a move. Think about it, how could I lose? All the years of planting my roots, bearing that fruit. Coming for, give me that loot. Never catch you wearing that suit, I just do what I do. Swanning on mosquitoes like shoe. Try to wear another man's shoes, got a snake in my boots. You about to hear from me soon. I just gotta shake it all loose, cause I've been a recluse. Lately I've been lighting that fuse, set fire to my last excuse. Got my man like,
here we go again, we back, we back. Here we go again, we back, we back.
Okay.
Here we go again, we back, we back. You know how we come and tell your auntie, sister, cousin, ay, move, stank, get out the way. All this coming and I do not play. Do you bad in the broad of the day? You act nice, you should start to play. Beat feet, baby, no sleep for the week. Claim you vegan, wanna eat on my meat. I don't got no time for this. You dip, I grind for this. I got myself so aligned for this. To the ASL lady, she's assigned to this. Talk behind my back, so I gotta get even. Praying for you people, I don't wanna be heaving. But since you wanna give me a reason, hit you low in the top of the evening. I don't care what you gon' say. Your podcast talks don't get no play in my ear. Look at me, I'm styling on you, styling on you, styling on you. Look at me, I'm styling on you, styling on you, styling on you. Look at me, I'm styling on you, wilding on you, styling on you, doing everything you want to, doing everything you want to. Here we go again, we back, we back. Here we go again, we back, we back. Here we go again, we back, we back.
Okay.
You know how we come and tell your auntie, sister, cousin. Tell your auntie, sister, cousin.
Tell your auntie, sister, cousin.
Tell your auntie, sister, cousin.
Tell your auntie, sister, cousin.
Tell your auntie, sister, cousin.
Tell your auntie, sister, cousin.
You know how we come and tell your auntie, sister, cousin. Go and talk to him.
We back.
Talk to him.
We back.
Talk to him.
We back.
Talk to
We
him.
back. We back.
Talk to him. Go ahead and talk to
We
him.
back. We back.
You know how we coming. Riston Diggs, Mike Holmes. Tell him.
Yeah. Tell him. Tell him. What? Tell him. Tell him. You should. Tell him. Go ahead and.
You know how we come and tell your auntie, sister, cousin.
We back.
Word, man.
Yeah. I think we got drink special coming up. You know,
I think so, man. Another good
Thirsty
group.
Thursday. Who's down?
I think everybody need a drink special.
All right. You let me be now. Come over here, starting no mess. We not the hard. We not the good sucker like you to come grab it.
I'm black, bold, and beautiful. You getting on my nerves like an uncut cuticle. I really wanna swerve, cause I keep on looking new to you. The good part about it, I would never wanna shoot at you, cause that's my brother, that's my twin. How that's true, we barely friends. Everything I know from the mouth of a podcast. Everybody art looking so abstract, I can't even feel it no more. All this stuff be killing me, bro. It's killing me, bro. You should start to taking it slow. Oh shucks, what the heck do I know? What the hell do I know? What the hell do I know? What the hell do I know?
What the hell do I know?
Not a damn thing.
Risky proposition. On my wrist is something ticking. In my mind is something missing. In the air is filled with tension. Could cut it with a butter knife.
Cut it with a butter knife.
Running from another life.
Running from another life.
Trying to get these numbers right.
Trying to get these numbers.
Trying to keep these numbers going up, up, up. Trying to get these numbers going up, right, up. Trying to get these numbers going up, right, up. Trying to get these numbers going up.
The world keep growing. Her butt still poking. Why I'm trying to get her to my bed? Why? Really, she just want me for my bread. You want white, wheat, or sourdough? I know a sandwich shop you would probably want to go.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Why you looking at me like that, sir?
Get real, I hear a rhyme in my head. You see them cops that the lady so dead. Wake up, baby.
Wake up, baby.
Wake up, baby.
Wake up, baby. Damn.
Another sad story from the heavens above. Do it really matter cause I'm still in the club? I don't know.
Just gonna dance the pain away.
I'm going home tonight.
Yeah.
And alone, alright.
And alone, alright.
Peace.
I'm okay to see the pen. These lyrics can't be guarded like I'm okay to see the rant. Depression is a fight, but it won't take me again. Screen is getting tight, but I won't play Peter Pan. Need some rocks and glue. Lay bricks like I'm settling katana, moving through the solitude. It's just me, myself, and I, and that's a solid crew. Waste my time, and I'll cut you like katanas do. So my circle getting smaller, cause I lost a few. Man, I lost a few. Man, I lost a few. Lost a few. Lost it. Lost a few. Lost a few. Lost it. Lost a few. Lost a few. Lost it. I lost a few.
I love the way that I am. I remember you from Japan. Back then you had a lot of fans. Now you're looking like spam. That's a diss, by the way.
It's a diss, by the way.
Here's a kiss, by the way.
Here's a kiss, by the way.
Call a fist, by the way.
Call a fist, by the way.
Man, move. I ain't trying to fight no brother that look like me.
We ain't allowed to fall. We ain't allowed to fall.
That's the real.
The 2-for-1 drink special's over. Everybody get home safe now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Riston Diggs, Mike Holmes, Pacific View Sessions. Hello.
What's good? What's good?
up,
How you doing,
Roob?
Roob?
Thanks for coming up. We're honored to have you here at Pacific View Art Center.
Yes, indeed. I'm glad to be here. It's a beautiful ride I had up here. I mean, I saw the water.
Yeah,
Amazing up here.
It was nice.
that's it's a view of the Pacific. That's why we called it the Pacific View
Hey,
Center.
man, it fits. So it increased my vibe.
It's good to see you both here. I've known you both for quite a few years here through the radio show, and just watch your talents and the different projects and tracks you put out. And we're so happy to have you here. And I love that you're working on this collaborative project right now for the last year or so. I'm not sure exactly when you started it. But you've got a release called Roadmaps, and let's talk a little bit about how you connected and what Roadmaps is all about.
Man, Roadmaps is a special project. If you ain't heard it yet, you need to stream it a lot. Yeah. But the cool part about it was me and him had already been collaborating for like some years, you know, just on our solo projects, different ones. Like when you connect with somebody who talented, you know, I always say, like, you should feel honored if you do what you do and I do what I do, we can make something great together. That's simple, right? But it really connected with him. So when that happened, me and him had already did songs together. We was performing those songs that we did together on stage. It always felt right. And then we started working on an actual project, and that felt even more right. And then we got a project out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the pressure's on when you officially decide to do this project together, because you're like, I hope the vibe is still the same.
Yeah, we had to put it to the test, but the chemistry was the best. So to be honest, when I'm with him in the studio, it's rare that you get with an artist that like writes at the same like kind of tier as you, right? So like if you can, what I mean is like when you're making a song, some people can make a song like really fast, right? It could be a really good song and it can still be done really fast. I can do that at times, but this guy does that all the time, like that I'm with him. So if I do that a lot, and he does that all the time when I'm with him, then we gonna make some pretty good stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It also just felt natural, you know, like half the time when we start, you know, in the studio, we just talk about whatever, you know, and then those kind of songs, at a certain point, we decide to start making the song, and it just kind of flows. It's easy.
It's real easy, man. Like, so easy. We got like 30, 40 tracks.
I just think that's incredible, and it's pretty rare to find somebody you can really vibe with like that in the studio and then even outside of the studio and just get her done.
Yeah, man. It's a blessing for me because I like working easy too, you know?
Yeah. What we were talking about before this is like, you know, you might be friends and you might vibe when you play live or maybe record a random track here and there, but when you're in the studio, it might change the dynamic when you're in the studio for a project, a big project. So it sounds like, you know, you're not running into those issues.
We don't run into those issues because my real point is, you know, for any artist out there, you know, if you have a job to be a songwriter or a performer or whatever you do, if you do that 100%, then it's always gonna make sense, you know what I mean? Now, my 100% can't meet your 20% and you expect to get something great with, you know, and that's why our collaboration works. So anybody who wants to collaborate, just give 100%, and I promise you, whoever you collaborate with is gonna be something nice.
Exactly.
That's the special part about me and him, like 100%, 100%. And if you like what we do at 100% by ourselves, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like together.
So it sounds like once you get to the studio, everything's pretty smooth and you're able to be efficient and productive there. But what about leading up to getting in the studio, like the ugly work of actually putting together the song, the hard stuff? Like, how is that working out?
I think we have both at places in our career where we've done it so much already. You know what I mean? Like we're professionals at it now. So like when it's time to do that, it's happening in real time. You know, we're thinking of stuff like names of tracks, or when something coming out, he might say, hey, we're gonna shoot a video to this. And then we just get the team together and we just go do it. You know, it's like, so if I had to do this collaboration project 8 years ago, yeah, I might be scrambling.
Right.
But I'm not scrambling at this point in my career. You know, I don't have to, I put in the time for it to feel fun and easy.
Yeah, I think we don't overplan anything too. It's kind of just like, if you plan it, you kind of get stuck in that planning, like we're gonna do it eventually. And if we just come in and just do stuff, and then it ends up working out. And then when we just like, oh, we got a bunch of tracks or we got a project or something, and it comes out, you know?
Sure. So you're quite prepared when you show up, but inevitably you're together and maybe the chemistry's a little different that day. And how much improvisation is happening in the studio? Do you really deviate from what you came in to record ever?
No, I mean, we don't know what we're gonna record when we show up. We just put on beats and then we go through them. I mean, the reason I'm breaking it down simple like this is so people can understand you could just get in there and do it, right? A lot of times you can't get in studio sessions where, you know, it's probably been like you had to go through a lot to get a little something that might not be that good.
Yeah.
So at the bottom line, we come in there with no idea. We put on a beat and then we just start working, right? And then like I might write something, he writes something separate, and sometimes it connects, you know? And most of the time, if it don't connect right away, we can rewrite our verse to make it connect, you know?
Yeah. Or somebody will start it off, and then I'm like, oh, that's what you were thinking when you heard this music. Okay, cool. Let me riff off that, and then kind of build something from there. So we kind of just build it all up in the studio.
Oh, well, I was completely mistaken about what happened here. I was painting this scenario where you showed up with a script, and that's not happening at all.
Never.
I love that. Any shout outs to who you're working with in the studio?
Oh man, who we working with on this Roadmaps 2 project, which is coming soon, so be on the lookout. I mean, we got some collaborations. We already got one done with our homie Drake Cat, you know what I mean, another great artist out here in the city, but he came through, gave us a really, really good verse, which we believe everybody else who we line up as a feature on this album is gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, but that's the one feature I would like to really highlight from the Roadmaps 2 project, right? But collaboration, we always working with others. He just did something with the Invisible Ponchos.
Yep.
Right. So I mean, like, and me, I'm also with the Gravities. So I was just collaborating last night. We were just collaborating. Then I went down to Otai and collaborated with them more. You know. So my life is a collaboration. I'm collaborating with you right now.
I feel it. I feel it.
I love it.
Are you? Where do you record?
Everywhere. You can tell me to come record tomorrow with you, and I'll do it, right? That's what I find studio homes and whoever will have me, right? I've been blessed for, I could come rock out with him at his studio. I can go down with Trey Castro and El Cajon. I can go with Sly Beats, and then at his last location, he moved recently, right? So the music company in Pacific Beach, right? And that's just a list of few that I go to regularly. But I also can have like a young producer, and he might be like, yo, I got a studio I just set up, small little setup, and I'm over there with him too. You know, I'm not picky about things like that because I got taught a long time ago, if we got a microphone and we got that volume clear, then we have no excuse to not make a great song. Right. So
Exactly.
I just love that it all kind of unfolds instead of being really planned all details in advance. I think that's a testament to, again, your experience and the chemistry that you got going on here. And speaking of chemistry, how about a couple more tracks and then we'll talk some more.
Yeah, let's do it.
that sounds good to me, man. That's the most comfortable spot. This next track right here is called Bad Weather.
Riston Diggs and Mike Holmes, Pacific View Sessions.
We just gonna make the vibe a little bit. Truth be told, I would never lie to you, unless my mama tell me to. So sorry if I'm hurting you. I don't mind the bad weather. Always keep my your light don't shine over here. Every time I come around, you wish I wasn't near. We just argue for no damn reason. You keep screaming, I just keep dreaming. Say your words, gonna tell me, baby. You think I like to drive you crazy? I don't. I won't.
Can't nobody take my peace. Can't nobody take my peace. Nah, can't nobody take my peace. Can't. Sun gon' rise on the eastern side and the ducks fly south for the winter. Feast your eyes on the northern lights, and it's like my life a little simpler. So it's all quiet on the western front, man, it's all quiet on the western front, man, it's all quiet.
That's how I like that stuff, huh?
Hey, that's how I like that stuff. And it's all smiles on the western front, man, it's so quiet. On the western front, man, it's all quiet.
That's how I like that,
Yeah, so quiet.
That's how I like that, yeah. Look in my eyes, stop overthinking. All in your head, we supposed to be hanging. Now you wanna leave, but I wanna stay. This my only £1 in a couple days. I done spent a lot of money on this baseball ticket. That's Tatis about to hit in the bottom of the inning. Can't miss this moment of the home team win. Just to prove my point, you still don't listen. So I'ma take a rain check on this fight and get back to you in a whole nother life. Texting you right, forgot how to type. I'm about to be gone for the rest of the night.
Easy when it's black and white, it's more gray area that everybody been but don't wanna stay. Area should everybody feel but don't wanna say. Area they wanna take advantage but don't wanna take care of you. Nah.
Truth be told,
Truth be told, truth be told,
I would never lie to you.
I would never lie to you
Unless my mama tell me to.
She tell me to, I'm gonna tell you a lie, believe that.
So sorry if I'm hurting
So sorry,
you. I don't
so
mind
sorry,
the bad weather.
so sorry,
Always
so
keep
sorry.
my umbrella. Ella, Ella, hey.
Yeah,
Ella, Ella, hey.
yeah.
Yes, indeed, man. And when you got that bad weather,
Yeah, what we got next? Socks?
socks, man.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's run
You
that.
could start by putting on your socks and shoes.
True. Laying in bed, I feel like I'm floating. Memory bay full of IOUs. I don't really know how to get things going.
You can start by putting on your socks and shoes. Sometimes I'm in my head, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You can start by putting on your socks and shoes.
Down bad, so deep into the game. It's hut 1, hut 2. I move the chains, there's air in my lungs, but in my veins, these jigsaw edges I rearrange sometimes. I let it rain, spinning this energy, not always something to say, but don't take it personal. I'm in my own little world that you only can see when I find out the rhythm and verbiage. Nailing it down, I get tired of moving the furniture. My therapist told me to focus on things that were serving you, and cutting distraction. The way I've been moving is surgical, but jumping through hoops every day with the 50 vertical. I make you nervous too. Why my good intentions get the worst assumed? Time is of the essence, what should I pursue? I can't rewind my dues, I better tie my shoes. My sense of wonder gets suppressed in a child abuse. It's getting buried under stresses that the mind produce. What am I to do? The battle with myself, I had to sign the truth. But I'm sharp enough to find a point of emphasis. And to my credit, now I'm working in my best interests. I fell in love with all the discipline and repetition. Once I get on my own way, then this is effortless. Hey. feel like I'm floating. Every bay full of IOUs. Full of IOUs. I don't really know how to get these going. I don't know how to.
You could start by putting on your socks and shoes.
Yeah. Socks and shoes.
Stuck in the middle of nowhere, dreaming of a feeling I'ma have me a good year. Remember crying tears of paranoia. I promised to get a home, saying that you do, but I promised that you don't want it. They told me that the future is color. Feasting on the carcass like the beak of a buzzer. Never scoff at the sight of a real fan. Telling me my lyrics kicking harder than Van Damme. Now that was a throwaway. I got me a show today. When I'm on the stage, treat that thing like a holiday. I'm praying for better days, but what you don't know is people acting childish even if they got 4 kids. Save the drama for your baby father, who could have been a scholar if he tried hard. Gotta move to the beat of your own drum. You came in with a thing and you leave it without no. Sad story, so I put it on a beat. Better than my cousin dying as a teen. See, I try to live my life like a good movie. Waiting on every moment. Just standing, waiting on that climax. It gets wicked.
Oh yeah, Riston Diggs, Mike Holmes. That track was Socks, and I guess is part of that song about when you get kind of paralyzed by all the stuff that you have to do, and you don't really know where to start, so you just don't do anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's about.
Oh wow, I'm so astute.
Nailed it.
Well, I got my shoes and socks on, so I guess
you started, man. You got outside. If you hear everybody who got your socks and shoes on, you made a step for yourself today.
Yeah, I mean that's what I heard. So, all right,
man, for sure, for 100%. Sure. For sure.
All right, so there's like a million things to talk about, but I do want to ask both of you in this segment here about your earliest experiences with music and kind of what brought you to where you are today. And Riston, you'll go first here. There was an article I read about you. I don't remember where, but it had to do with I don't even know, maybe elementary school. You had a song that you had to bring up to the class and present it?
No, man. I actually had the pleasure of always going to do a couple things at a few elementary schools, but my mom actually works at one in South Carolina, very small town, Pageland, South Carolina. Population used to be 3,000. You got about 6,000 now, right?
Okay.
But they have a Head Start program there, and they have me come out and speak to the kids, come out, read a book, or come out and do a song, right? And so most times when I would go up there, I would always like bring something improv and also bring something I could read, or somebody from a local writer that might do something up there to them, just to get those bright faces going. But to them, in a town like that, you know, those kids, sometimes you're the first of your kind that they ever see, right? You're the first artist, the first firefighter, the first policeman, the first whatever. So you get to see the joy in those kind of like young people's eyes from a lens that we get jaded by later in life, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's one of, like, it's crazy because it's the first time I ever spoke about that, like ever, because like it's something that's so special to me that, like, for me to talk about it, somebody would have to bring it up, because it's like my mom been doing this since I was a kid.
Sure.
And now, like, literally, I see myself did something that was worthy of them bringing me to do that as well.
Yeah, I love that. But when you were a student back there in Pageland, and there was a teacher that gave you a school project, and you had to bring a song, and you picked a Diggable Planet song.
Yeah, I did.
And you were apparently worried about that song.
I was so crazy. They had one cuss word in that whole song, right? In that whole thing. And I remember I knew the song already, but I played that part.
Rebirth the Slick.
Yes. I'm cool like that.
Yeah.
I'm cool like that, right?
Like that.
Literally, that's me now. But I played that over and over and over the night before. And I remember being so nervous. And then I get to the classroom, and I think this was my first time of understanding, like, if you don't know a rap song, there's a lot of words going on. It's like impossible to catch everything, right? And the first time you listen, you got to be pretty sharp to do that, right? So when I got in there, I remember just looking at the teacher's face the whole time. I'm just waiting. And the part comes about like 45 seconds in or whatever, and no reaction. Nobody did nothing in the classroom, right?
She was just oblivious.
She was oblivious to it, you know? And I worried so much. I stressed out. If I knew what anxiety was back then, I was having it, right? So that song is just, it stayed special. But that moment right there,
yeah.
like, that's a true story.
I just love that. And I love that track, that whole album, in fact. And then let's just quickly fast forward a whole bunch of years. You were in the Navy for 9 years.
Yeah, man.
And
having fun.
But near the end of that stint, you were thinking maybe I've got to migrate over to music. So talk about that migration.
Well, I felt like I was always like one of those people in the Navy who was like, yo, you rap? I do too, right? And it just stayed like that for a long time, right? I was even like a guy who would tell you I did more than I did in the Navy. I'd be like, yeah, man, I know a dude. I was trying to inspire people, you know what I'm saying? I was like 17. So, you know, I bought studio equipment when I was in the Navy, all that stuff. Nothing ever got to really come out, you know what I mean? But I had a spark that I wanted to do something. But when I got to San Diego, still in the Navy at that time, I was playing basketball with a guy randomly, and he came up to hang out with me in my garage afterwards. He said, I produce. And he had played some beats, and I just started doing my thing. And he was like, yo, I know a studio. And he took me there to that studio. Yeah. And there was a guy there who was recording at the time. His name is Gerald Benton, but at the time, like, his rap name was Blackie423, right? Very dark-skinned gentleman, but, you know, that's what name he chose in 2008, right? But when I met this guy, he was so far ahead in songwriting, so far ahead in recording, ad-libbing, all the little things I didn't know how to do. And literally, he taught me how to record properly.
Yeah. So that was just like kind of chance too. I mean, you had an intention, but you met the right people, the right introduction, and boom.
And I still wasn't doing music yet. I got out the Navy, and then that's when it was started. Like,
but he lit the fire for you.
Yeah, he definitely did. That's why I give him those props, because he is still in the Navy now.
Oh, wow.
You know, and he showed me love still to this day, but on camera, I've never showed him that kind of love to tell him he the one who, like, taught me how to really record good.
Sure. What about you, Mike? What brought you where you are today? How'd you get into this?
So, I mean, as a kid, I used to write poetry and sing, but I didn't make music. I don't know how I didn't make that connection until I was like in my mid-20s. And so I was kind of just, I had no idea where to start. So I like went to Reddit, which most people do. And I found like a Reddit called Making Hip Hop. And they literally
have
like
a subreddit for that?
It's an amazing subreddit, honestly. If you're starting or trying to get into it, they have, you know, there's a bunch of people that make beats. You can just get free beats. They have like tutorials on how to use every DAW and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of started there. They would have like weekly competitions or weekly like meetups and stuff like that. So I just started making music there. And that was kind of like around the time that people were actually use SoundCloud, shout out SoundCloud. And, you know, there's kind of a community there. So I met a bunch of people that also were starting at around the same time as me. And they were from all over the world. And I got to, you know, kind of collab with them. And then I looked up, you could actually look up at the time people in San Diego that use SoundCloud. And so I looked up my friend Kwame Badu, we're still good friends, but he kind of showed me the ropes on how to make music as well. Through him, I did a show with Kwame Badu. I met Riston at that show. I met a whole bunch of other people, and, you know, so it's kind of like I kind of got, you know, invited into the San Diego music community, and that's kind of where it all started. I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah, another sort of random connection by meeting the right people, and look where you ended up.
Yeah,
right here today.
The future from us doing something.
So before we get into the next couple songs, just a quick question, and I know we probably talk for a long time about this, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on the San Diego hip-hop scene and community, because my view is that it's just awesome and so collaborative, and the people are very welcoming, and I really enjoy hanging out and going to events.
Yeah, man, you asked the right two people, because we go to everything, and we literally try to support everybody that we come across, and if we haven't supported you already, we're gonna when we find out about you. Like, we never, like, come at it from a big hate standpoint. Like, me and this dude, we're going to be in the crowd rocking with you, saying your words.
Yep.
So we met people who treat us like that, too, you know? And if you ever had some kind of malice or anything in your heart and everything, like, it's probably not going to reach our, like, circle, you know, to be honest.
No, it's cool because people, you know, give each other opportunities. There's not really too many egos that I've run into, luckily, and it's honestly a lot of the same people that, you know, for the last 6 or 7 years, you still see they're still doing it. They're still having fun. There's people that run events, you know, that, you know, put in a lot of extra work and time, you know, like Rick Scales and Kali and all those people. It's dirty, you know, and it's a lot of extra work to put those events on, and they're still willing to do it. Yeah, Sham Black. Yeah, there's so many, man. It's a cool community.
The fact that we can name those off the top of our head, it just shows me how much of a vibrant scene we have, you know what I mean?
Yep,
like,
man, exactly.
We've been performing a lot with our homies, you know, but we've been doing that for years. So it's cool.
Well, I recognize everybody you talked about, and probably have met all of them but one. So it's a very welcoming scene.
That's a good sign.
And I love it. All right, a couple more tracks for us.
Let's do it.
All right, Riston Diggs, Mike Holmes, Pacific View Sessions.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
We got Claim My Throne coming right at you off of Road Maps. 1.
Do it.
What you got to say?
And if I hit the payola, I'd probably still be riding my 07 Corolla. Never switching the motive, just a cog in the machine with all these pistons and motors. We're just drawn into the screen with others grip the controller. Every number got a bigger one right after it. These memories and the moments that you're capturing, the process that you're mastering may go unnoticed. But your thoughts precede your actions, it ain't always showing up in that stat sheet or even the box score. Show them must go on, you know there won't be an encore. Smiles or tribulations, just a page in a long story. We're trying to get a chapter in. Ever gone so far that you afraid you can't come back from it? You're blurring all these lines between the optimists and masochists. You're tapping into something that you never knew you had, an everlasting bliss. No limit on your goal, no chain attached to wrist. Your freedom, your demeanor, hard to see, but you can light the path within.
Roll, let's travel, wisdom, gravel, leads to the castle, so let's claim our throne. I mean the road, let's travel, wisdom, gravel, leads to the castle, so let's claim our throne.
As I sit back plotting on this little dream, I'm in a place that I'm going that I never seen. Lost in the sauce, I am not a king. Got my brain wheel turning like a slot machine, know what I mean? Chained up like a biker gang. Tattoos on my body that don't mean a thing. The confessions of an old man told me everything he wished that he could do again. Damn, not saying that he waited too long to put his heart on the song. So I'ma take advantage of the moment and keep on speaking truth even when you don't want. And I live with depression, still counting on my blessings. Hanging with my stylist homie, he was stressing while distressing. That's why I'm pulling my jeans up while getting my green up. I took a lot of hits, but I parry your mean punch. You left the plate out, so I'm eating your damn lunch. I never try to act like a bully, but if you messing with me, then I'm tapping your scully. You gotta be ready for limelight, and if you really need it, it won't come in a clear sight. Don't ever let them tell you you ain't good enough. Don't ever let them shame you for growing out of hood stuff. They really getting mad cause you changed. Sometimes it be the closest people hate.
The road, let's travel, wisdom, gravel, leads to the castle, so let's claim our throne. I mean the road, let's travel, wisdom, gravel, leads to the castle, so let's claim our throne.
Now it's the road, let's travel, wisdom, gravel, leads to the castle, so let's claim our throne. I said the road, let's travel, wisdom, gravel, leads to the castle, so let's claim our throne.
All right, you ready for some longest road?
Yes, indeed, man, because this is a long ride to the top.
Yeah.
I just want to welcome all of y'all to one of the best places to be over here, Pacific Sessions. You know what we're doing, right? We're bringing something live to you, straight and direct. This one's for DJ Roob. Keep a good thing going, man.
Yeah. Hey. The longest ride, full of indecisions. The windshield wipes, but your hands are slipping. So you gripping tight on that steering wheel. Put the signs behind you, but you hear them still. So you ran the light, thinking back on all the walls that you vandalized. Couldn't open up the doors your parents provided. Scared to look inside it, even when you get momentum, never too excited. Too busy reminiscing on missed potential, you're still resentful and sentimental to cripple progress. You see a smile in the mirror, but still you're not impressed. And you're an open book, but you can't even pass the test. That's why you dropped out. You've been calling out for help, I guess it's not loud. On some tree falls into the wood type ish. Just put it all under the hood, I guess. Yeah. Constantly these good hits burn. Round and round we're headed towards a point of no return. Just cruising down the longest road. Windows down and music's loud, we're never coming home.
Had to get up on my own way. Chose to do the thing the long way. If you ask about my life right now, they are probably say I'm flexing just for hype right now. You know that I'm not your son, homie in the throwback. Nowadays I only wanna relax. I used to wanna relapse. I never wanna collapse from all the foreign things that make my body have to react. I thought I was losing, now I'm just cruising. Coming from a place that you can't never be snoozing. We mad at the children, we say they don't listen. But leaving in a world without a pot to go piss in, you know it's a shame. I'm sick of the pain. They call it cost of living, but say freedom a thing. Riding every day, but can I even afford this? Got a long way to drive before I'm reaching the full bliss manifested enormous.
Constantly these good years run. Round and round, we're headed towards a point of no return. Just cruising down the longest road. Windows down and music's loud, we're never coming home.
Yes, indeed. This track right here, I mean, this is like the track we collab with on his album. So
Yeah.
this is actually the beginning of me and him working together.
Yep.
And it sounded that good.
So that's a Mike Holmes track?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's off my album Smiles and Tribulations.
Oh, okay. I just learned something new.
Yep.
Thanks for the dedication.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So I would be remiss, Riston, if I didn't talk about well, we were talking about how embracing and how open and supportive the local music scene is, but also the local hip hop scene, but also the greater music scene has really recognized your talents over the years. And starting in 2020, during the virtual San Diego Music Awards, you got your first trophy there. I think it was
that was my first one.
Best Hip Hop Rap Artist, which you accepted alongside your longtime producer, Sly Beats.
Yes, indeed, man. The Pandemic Award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was that like? They announced your award, and here you are in your house. Were you doing backflips then?
Now, I mean, yeah, that time I could still do a backflip, so it was cool. But I was coming back from Tennessee. You know, we had just went up there and did nothing pandemic-proof. We was up there riding rides and four-wheelers and everything else, right? And I got in the car, and the San Diego Music Awards was going on that night. And by the time I got to South Carolina, I turned the TV on, and they announced my name. I ran back there. I was in the lobby, and I hopped on and did not know what to say, right? Because it was just overwhelming. I was like, wow. But the virtual thing, it made me feel like funny. So, you know, and I only say that because this is something I wanted. After I found out about the San Diego Music Awards, of course, I wanted to win a San Diego Music Award. And then I didn't get to actually go and walk up and have the experience of everybody clapping for me, right?
Yeah, make your half-hour speech.
Yeah, I didn't get, exactly, right. I keep my speeches down to like 20 seconds. A half-hour speech, people, hey, shout out to you. Shout out to you. You have no care for production, by the way. You do not care, but it's cool.
You know, it's funny, I don't even remember the music awards that year because I think that 2020 was just a big old blur. But so you actually you were live somehow.
Yeah, I
and
went live. I talked on a blurry camera in South Carolina. I was just choppy, pixelated. It looked like I was on an Android in 2006. And I was just on there just chopping through it like, yeah. But it was clear. The audio was clear, though.
Yeah.
But I'm blurry.
But it wasn't the same.
No,
definitely in person.
not. I mean, we celebrated in the house like it was the same. I mean, like you couldn't tell me it wasn't the same in my household.
Yeah.
But no, and now that I've actually been up there on that stage, no, not even close.
And that's a good segue because 2 years later, 2022, you won 2 trophies that year.
Yes.
You won Best Hip Hop Rap Artist and Best Hip Hop Album for 35, which was just such a solid release.
Yeah, man.
And you were there in person. I was there too.
I know. That was a crazy moment. That moment I won't live down because I performed as well.
Yeah.
Right? So it was like all of it coming together at one point, like where I was like, wow, I'm performing. I had won an award, performed on the stage, walked off stage, and they said, go right back up stage because I had won right when I got off stage. So I just remember that moment being like a full circle moment for me to finally do something like with the hip hop art that I started with. A lot of people know me for whatever you know me for. You can know me from the jazz community, you can know me from EDM, you can know me whatever, but I started doing hip hop organically, right?
Right.
And to go on that stage at Humphreys and do that in front of all my peers, man, I ain't never gonna live that moment down, you know? So the awards was just the plus on top of that. The performance was like, you know, they could have not gave me anything else.
Yeah, that's such a sweet setup there, Humphrey stage and the audience and the layout and the sound. It's excellent. So I'll just continue on this thought just to exhaust it. So 2 years later, 2024, you also won a trophy for Best Hip Hop Song for Life of a Dreamer.
Yeah, on my EP, People of the World.
Yeah, and then this past year, just a couple weeks ago, another trophy, this time with the Gravities, a band you perform with, and
Yes.
that was Best Hip Hop Song for Find a Little Time.
Yeah, Find a Little Time. We was all in the studio together. He
Yeah.
brought the beat through. We started jamming.
Oh,
out
you were
in the
on that
studio.
one, Mike?
He came through the studio that night, and we just started playing beats. He had beats and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he put on something, and then Isaac kind of started like doing what he do. He started humming, and then next day, you know, I started kind of like, we was all like, yeah, that right there. And then Sly just rushed him in the studio.
Yeah.
And then over the course of a week or two, Sly kept on doing that little sneaky thing he do. He wouldn't let me or Isaac hear the song. He was just have us come in and do separate parts, and then he gave us the song, and then we just started playing it live as soon as we got it.
Yeah.
And now, Find a Little Time, an award-winning single.
Look at that.
Dope.
And you're both on it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
True. I got like a DJ Khaled type production
Yeah,
credit.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like I put the people together.
He put the people together. Like, he's the producer on that one. Me and Isaac came through, and that's the first like kind of like Gravity's records that you will hear like a produced track over, right? So
Right.
if you hear that different from our normal Gravity sound, you know, it's because we all came together. And did it.
Yep.
There you go. Full circle. All right. One more question here from Mike. Mike, talk about Roadmaps 2, which is currently in the works.
Yeah, so I mean, when we were recording Roadmaps, we basically, like, me and Riston will get together like once a week, or it was like a couple months where we do it, and we just record a bunch of songs. Like sometimes we ended up only doing 4 for the EP, but we had a bunch left over, and we're like, why don't we just do a project? Because we have so many, and then so we started slowly building that out, and, you know, putting stuff together and trying to find different sounds and different avenues to approach it creatively, and then, you know, now it's kind of the fun part because we have, like, you know, the meat and potatoes of it, but now we're kind of getting some collaborations on it and trying to work other people in and trying to do maybe some different stuff that we wouldn't normally do to try to, you know, add a little, you know, flavor to it.
You thinking of release this year?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
All right.
100%.
I'll be hitting refresh on my laptop,
Yeah,
waiting.
no, this is like soon.
All right. So we got time for one more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
And
song,
I
my
was-
favorite track.
Yeah, I was looking at the notes, and I believe it's I-5 from the first Roadmaps album. And this one I gave a spin on Not So Serious Radio, and it really resonated. This song just makes you happy. This is a good feel-good song.
It's my favorite song on the project.
It's fun.
Literally, like, I love it.
Yeah. All right, Riston Diggs, Mike Holmes, Pacific View Sessions.
Let's do it.
See, I woke up today just feeling like so good, you know? I got out of my bed and saw that sunshine through, and I just said, man, today, I feel like riding a little bit.
Sunshine coming through the moon roof. Cross breeze blowing, don't know where I flew to. Kick drum bouncing on the airwaves. Can't stop dancing to it, must be voodoo. This is my city, this is my time. Leave a message at the beep, cause my phone on silent. Lane switch cruising on the I-5. And the colors that I see looking way too vibrant.
You ever been to SD?
San Diego.
Ain't no place in the world that the weather feel better. Folks steady talking, just acting like they clever. Think they pulling strings, tell them get up on my level. Cali low rider, she was riding in the scraper. Putting overtime on the way to get some paper. Stay up in the gym so her body look major. I ain't did the math, but she making me greater. Last damn, people always wanna talk shit. Call your soda for it's not your about to get your shit. Really in my zone, eyes rolling 9 to 5. Smoke a fresh pre-roll, I don't know if it was I, cause I get high as the day keep moving. What you mean you wanna argue? We supposed to be coolin'. I ain't losing, you just looking from afar. Come a little bit closer if you wanna see the star.
Sunshine coming through the moon roof. Cross breeze blowing, don't know where I flew to. Kick drum bouncing on the airwaves. Can't stop dancing to it, must be voodoo. This is my city, this is my time. Let's just at the beep, cause my phone on silent. Lane switch cruising on the I-5. And the colors that I see looking way too vibrant. Paint the town red, with my blue suede, all black, feel like Bruce Wayne. In my mind, you be running, going Usain. I mean insane. Watch the movie smooth change. You like all the flashing lights, Hollywood signs. I prefer the smooth rides, little peace and quiet. I know underneath the comb is a sleeping giant. I just wanna keep it all off the timeline. I've been really chillin', vibing, killing. Time is still, it's moving slow. Spinning with my people in the city by the coast. Vested in ourselves, so ain't no sense in chasing ghosts. Angels, we just lay low. Where the sunset, where we about to make home.
Headed to the beach, cause I like it there. All them fair brother friends, I don't need them there. When the tides start to change, watch some attitude shift. When the current get violent, better be careful for the real. Life ain't easy, but I'm loving the breeze. Better than me out here stressing, having trouble to breathe. I'm about to exhale.
Sunshine coming through the moon roof. Cross breeze blowing, don't know where I flew to. Kick drum bouncing on the airwaves.
Halfway.
Can't stop dancing to it, must be voodoo. It's my sin, this is my time. Leave a message at the beat, cause my phone on silent. Lane switch, cruising on the I-5. In the colors that I see, looking way too vibrant. Oh yeah, looking way too vibrant. Looking way too vibrant. Oh, yeah. Looking way too vibrant.
Looking way too.
Looking way too vibrant.
Look at where we at, put it on the map. SD chillin', make you know that this is slap. Got it on my back, put that on the plaque. SD chillin', make you know where I be at. Look at where we at, put it on the map. SD chillin', make you know that this is slap. Got it on my back, put that on the plaque. SD chillin', make you know where I be at.
Yes, indeed, man. Riston Diggs, Mike Holmes, Road Maps 2 on the way.
Yes, sir.
Very soon.
Very soon.
But for now, y'all jamming that Road Maps 1.
Yes. Thank you, Riston Diggs. Mike Holmes, we're honored to have you here. You delivered. It was absolutely wonderful.
Man, it's my pleasure, man.
Yeah, thank you for having us.